It seems like we are always shopping in Sheng Shiong. Dude, come on, go to Marks and Spencer's. Go and maybe Jason Grocery.
Splash the cash.
Splash the cash. Or at least upgrade a bit, cold storage. You know. Welcome to another episode of the Big Focus. First of all, let me introduce my guest before I get flamed for it. I've got Arsenal represent, Talk. Say something to the camera, Talk.
I love Arsenal.
Then we've got the most touch fan, Spursy, Noah. And today guys, for the Spurs fan base, I'm not gonna say anything that is gonna hurt his reputation, because I know he got a lot of flack from the last episode. So today we're gonna be kind to you, Noah, huh?
Yes, bro.
We're not your fan, really, bunch of mimosas, you know. Can't get touched at all. And then of course, the most flame person on earth.
Super frank.
Not the angry Ren Man. You know, he's slightly more mellow than the angry Ren Man. But my Stamford Bridge represent Chelsea. So we're gonna start off with the first bit of this whole big focus. It's gonna be segmented into a couple of parts. But the first one we talk about transfer window. So I'm gonna start with Herrick. Chelsea. What's the transfer activities like over at Stamford Bridge? It looks like it's a bit lukewarm. No new big news.
It still feels like we are under the transfer ban.
Yeah. No, you might as well be under a transfer ban.
The funny thing is, we asked for it to be lifted, and now that it's lifted, they're not doing any shit about it. You know, we're talking about Cavani, we're talking about Piatek. Oh, make it fucking happen. Oops. But you know, nothing's happening. But
what's the issue with this whole transfer activity, or the lack of it from Chelsea? Because we know that you guys are one of the biggest spenders. You would be the kind of parent that I would hate when I enter Toys R Us, because I can never outspend you, and my kids will look at me with that tinted glass saying that I'm a lesser of a dad because I cannot spend like how you would. But what's happening right now? Are you guys cash strapped for once?
Like I said, I can't say, you know, that it's just rumors and rumors and rumors. Transfer ban is lifted, but there's nothing, there's no news, you know. And usually we make signings always at the end of the transfer window, like second last day or the last day, you know. I still remember, and Drink Water came at the very last day.
Drink water.
Yeah.
30 million drink water.
Yeah, out of all places, I think about Drink Water. Okay, but yeah, Drink Water, guys, it's unhealthy now.
Okay,
yeah, but at least one signing would do. I mean, the fact that they brought up Cavani, I think that was like, okay, you know what, short term. But even if you bring on Cavani, I think it will be another Higuain. Remember that?
Really?
Right? Okay, yeah, you know, we thought that Higuain could like be a really big attacking threat, but
didn't work out.
A few goals, yeah, he was here and there. But yeah, and maybe Piatek made me raise my eyes, like, okay, you know, because he is a little threat. He always shoots, you know.
But you know, right, the thing with Piatek, his record for this season especially isn't that great. He's not pulling up trees in the Serie A, and that's why he's being linked to a move away from Serie A. Do you think, or would you reckon that Piatek would be the answer or the key to having a better strike force up front? Because now, what's happening with Tammy Abraham? Is he going to be out for long?
Not for long, maybe a few games missed. But you see, we need the fact that we rely on Abraham so much, you know, and then of course we have Giroud, who's gonna move to Inter. What's happening? Then there's Batshuayi, who keeps running around getting offside. Really, just get someone in. But
who would you like to see though?
Timo Werner.
Ooh. But is it gonna happen? Because he's at Leipzig. Leipzig, they are right now table topping. Champions League round of 16.
There was a chance until he watched the Newcastle match.
Oh really? Why?
He did. Yeah, there was this joke. Apparently he choked a Chelsea fan.
Seriously?
Yeah, he choked a Chelsea fan. He said, "I'd rather stay in the Bundesliga after."
Wow, tough.
I mean,
that is some kind of bold statement.
You know, I mean, we even before the transfer ban was lifted, we talked about Timo Werner, we talked about Ben Chilwell, we talked about all these players. It's not happening.
But don't you think the targets that has been laid out for Chelsea really not viable? Because you talk about Ben Chilwell, he's having a wonderful season, you know, creating up a storm in the Premier League. So that's probably one target that is really hard for you to pull off. Piatek would probably be the only viable one. I think he looks like the most feasible because he's not doing that great in Serie A. You talk about Cavani. Cavani looks like a good option.
Yeah.
He wants to go out,
he's a good option, yeah.
but then also, if the paper talks are true, he would prefer, he's angling the move towards Atletico rather than Premier League.
Atletico's president just denied any movement from Cavani.
Okay.
He just did. Yeah, he just came out just now. From,
Okay.
He denied any movement. There was no movement for Cavani.
For Cavani, okay.
So maybe there's a chance, or maybe there's not. But he would be a good option.
Okay.
You know, but to me, we need someone that really vocal point up top to
Yeah.
score. You know, because during games we have possession. You know, we have a lot of possession, but possession doesn't win you games.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, you have to be clinical.
Yep.
You have to get the ball in the net. If not, you're not going to win games, and that's not happening in Chelsea at the moment. Yep.
Wow. Any reinforcement needed at the back?
Holy shit, yes.
You guys have paper thin at the back as well, right?
Yeah, you know, we keep switching it up from Rudiger to Christensen, Zuma, Christensen, we're switching it up. And
Any chance one day Kepa will be playing as a centre back?
who knows, man? Who knows? Yeah. But, you know, and there was a chance also about Alaba coming in.
No.
Wow, no way, man.
But there was a rumor, you know, he said that he has an eye on the Premier League, but, you know, yeah.
Alaba is like
Nathan
what,
Ake is coming
28?
also, right?
28, yeah.
Sorry?
They say there's a rumor that Nathan Ake is also coming, right?
Nah, but I don't think we'll take him back.
I think with Nathan Ake, you guys kind of wash the whole rumor, right? Because you guys have the first buyback option for 40 mil. I think we were strongly linked with him, and then, you know, it kind of give option to Chelsea also to stake in the claim, and they say that no, not interested in Ake, which is I think for me honestly, I don't know whether this is an unpopular opinion. I don't think Ake is all that. All the hype that he has come under, that he's being wrapped under, I don't think Ake is all that. I won't spend 40 on Ake.
I wouldn't.
I really
wouldn't
would.
also.
And Chelsea, I think, made the right choice of actually trying to dodge a bullet with Ake. You know, and so now as we are shooting talk, we are right now. What's the date?
Today's the 28th.
28. So Friday is the deadline. Is where the transfer window will finally shut again. Lack of movement from Stamford Bridge. I don't know. Like, what's your honest thought? Do you think like Chelsea would put a scramble, you know, a goal line scramble, bring in one player at least?
At least one, you know.
And who would the likely target be?
I hope Cavani.
Cavani.
You know, they did it with Higuain, okay, but let's do it with Cavani.
Okay.
You know?
Let's probably leave it with Cavani. Let's see the movement over there in Chelsea. For my buddy here, the most sensitive specimen right now in our talk set, the guy that we cannot say anything vicious or malicious towards. So today we're gonna be nice to you. I'm afraid of the dislike buttons, you know.
It's okay, it's okay, man. What's it for?
Okay. Alright, Noah, come on. Spurs, what's the moment? You guys seem a bit busy than compared to the traditional six. GED Fernandez made his debut.
Yeah,
that guy looks lively, man. He looks lively.
He's like around. He can play around the midfield.
Yeah.
Then he's like around like a Sissoko type player.
He is, and you know
Yeah.
what? I don't know, when I saw him playing in the FA Cup, he reminds me of a younger Gini Wijnaldum as well.
Gini Wijnaldum.
Right.
They're very old.
The attacking flair, that I just probably that tactical nous that he has in the final third of the pitch, the movement. He's a bit lightweight right now in size. You know, that is something that he's gonna probably turn around, especially under Mourinho. But looks like a good signing.
Yes, a good signing. It's a good loan option. Then you can buy him.
You got it from what? 18 months?
18
with an
months,
option,
yeah,
with
18
an option
months.
to buy, right?
Yeah, 18 months.
No, I think that's a good piece of business. And then I think the next one that you guys are heavily linked with,
It's Bergwijn.
Bergwijn.
Yeah, Bergwijn
Chances
is
of
now
it happening?
in London now.
Oh, really? He
He's
is.
in London now and he's having his medical now in the Spurs stadium. So I think like it's a
Sad day
good.
for him.
Okay, but it's a good thing we need him. We need a new winger also because I think right now like Bergwijn can play like a center attacking mid,
Yep.
a left wing or right wing or out to out striker.
Yep.
So I think it's like a very good option to actually get him. But at the same time, Mourinho wants like a striker that's actually a hold up play, number 9,
Okay.
like Harry Kane like that.
Yep.
So actually now Go actually said that Piatek is actually having talks with Spurs. Like they already had they already held talks, and I hope the Piatek deal is actually going to go through.
Okay. Yeah. Like right now with this Piatek, you know, he is becoming talk of the town. Surprisingly, he's not really that of a player for me, honestly.
To me,
he was last season.
Yeah, he was at last season.
No, but this season he's been on the slump. For a Spurs fan like yourself, do you think that Piatek would actually solve or would be a good stopgap solution for Harry Kane's injury?
I'll be scared that if it's like a bit like a bit of Vincent Janssen,
Yeah, true.
then no lah. I will be very scared about that. But to be honest, like to my point of view, like it's a good backup option because he's little it's a little striker. He scored goals here and there in Genoa, in AC Milan, but now he's being benched by Zlatan, Rafael Leo, and all. So I'm just scared about like how is he going to play, like how well he's going to perform. But the point is, I remember like I think the last 1 week ago he has scored a goal again.
He did. Yeah.
So maybe he has that goal scoring
touch again,
but got to see because Premier League and Serie A is a different
ball of game.
Different.
But to be
levels.
honest, right, I feel that Piatek, if you were to talk about between Chelsea and Spurs, right, I think he would be a better fit for Spurs. You know, looking at the way Mourinho sets up the team, he's a bit of a runner. He gives you 110%, and I think the kind of movement Piatek would actually make would really suit the fast wingers that you have, the likes of Son, Lucas Moura. Right now, and I watched a couple of Spurs matches. You know, can you believe it? I really do, or rather, I really did. And I think I think the same issue can be attributed to Chelsea as well. Is that
the final
cutting
touch.
edge,
Correct.
the final touch? You know, just someone to be there to make sure the ball crosses over the line. That is something that has been gravely missing from both of your camp.
You haven't been clinical.
And I wouldn't say Piatek would be the end-all signing,
Yes.
but for him to come in and give that placebo effect, I think he would do the job, definitely. I'll be afraid, man, really talk. I'll be afraid if Piatek comes in. Like, you know, with the North London derby, I know it's still a long shot. We are playing them in April. But I would rather play against a false 9 Son or false 9 Lucas Moura than a Piatek
in the team.
in the team, you know, who is really a striker of his own. So, and do you expect any movement out? You know, Eriksen
has
touched
already
down.
I think Eriksen is moving to Italy already.
It's over, is it?
I believe so.
The club hasn't confirmed the transfer yet, but I already saw reports of like pictures of Eriksen say waving goodbye to the Spurs fans.
Was there anybody waving back at him?
I don't know, but
Because
I felt sad. I felt bad also
Really?
I criticized
You know
him
what?
and all.
I've been watching a lot of Spurs content lately, like I mentioned, and there is a lot of animosity against Eriksen.
Bergwijn has just signed.
Oh, really? Wow.
Giovanni just signed a permanent deal.
Giovanni Lo Celso. Wow.
Yep.
Let's talk about him, and that is as raw as you can get. That is as raw as you can get.
A 6-year contract.
Are you happy?
5-year contract.
Are you happy with that signing?
Good.
Lo Celso?
Yeah, Lo Celso is a good signing because I think now he's really improving his game.
He is.
Since the Liverpool game,
since
he's getting better and better.
I agree,
And
I agree.
Mourinho is really changing him to be really like a creative midfielder.
He is.
He's he can be another Eriksen.
Yeah,
But
no, you're
very
right.
good defending
You're right.
quality. In PSG, he's been playing as a center defensive mid.
But do you think he possesses the same attributes as Eriksen when it comes to the incisive passes, the breaking line passes? Do you think he possesses the same ability as Eriksen? Because I think Eriksen, to be honest, banter aside, on his days he is really quite untouchable. He's a really beautiful maestro, Eriksen, and I'm really sad that we are losing him. You know, again, because Premier League over the years we have been losing a lot of this kind of maestro, the little magician. I think before him was Coutinho.
Yeah, good.
Cazorla, probably in the same mold. And every season in season out, Premier League we have been losing all these little maestro. Even Eden Hazard, man, for last season, all these little magical players who are really smaller in stature, who are a bit more diminutive in figure, but they have been leaving Premier League. And I'm really saddened, as much as I don't enjoy Spurs, and that is well documented, but I'm really sad to see Eriksen go. Look at his goal against Norwich, that free kick. That ball was dead, when he gave it right to the top corner. And that's the kind of ability that probably on his days, only Eriksen can pull off that kind of magic. Do you think now that Lo Celso is coming into the mold of Eriksen, what's the biggest difference between Eriksen and Lo Celso right now? I'm very sure Lo Celso is more mobile and he's more aggressive.
Lo Celso is okay. In PSG, he has played as like center defensive
He did,
and center mid,
Center mid, yeah, box to box.
and he played. He didn't really have game time at that point of time, so
Okay.
I didn't really see a lot of movement. But I remember watching in the World Cup. I think he's not bad. I guess.
Yeah.
I seen a bit of his quality here and there. That's where Real Betis actually signed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on a loan. So in Real Betis, he actually performed quite well. His his pinging balls it was really class.
Wow.
I felt that he's he's a very good center attacking mid actually.
Okay.
But he can play like defense center mid and like defend and attack at the same time.
Oh, this is truly a Mourinho kind of player. Whereby he's so versatile, you know.
He's a
Utility
versatile
man.
player.
Ivanovic can say something about that. Right back, centre back. And that's really, truly, like I mentioned, a Mourinho kind of signing. And I think it's great. No, Lo Celso is done. That's now under wrap. Also, Bergwijn is now having medical. But hey, if Arsenal is anything to go by, you can always rely on a field medical. You know. And we will come to that. And then now that looks like a done deal.
Yep.
And then also Fernandes. Do you see any more movement, especially during the deadline?
Piatek on a loan with an option to buy.
Piatek sounds like Malay when you pronounce it.
Yeah. but to be honest, Piatek will be a very good loan signing because we really need.
Do you think do you trust the board and Levy to actually push the deal over the line though? Because right now it seems like you have a tough competition. If let's say people like Chelsea, you know, probably just dive their nose into the same bag.
I think now Levy is trying to spend because right now our squad looks very thin. The squad there is very thin.
Yep.
So I think Mourinho has actually talked to him about it.
I'm very sure
probably
he did.
Like he said what he wants now.
Okay.
So I guess like it's probably a good thing that right now the board's actually buying players like Bergwijn. He's trying to get a Bergwijn deal through. I think he did a very good job for the Lo Celso deal. I think it's a 40 million transfer.
Wow.
40 million deal.
Wow.
There's 50, but
32 or 35.
Wow.
I think it's a good thing.
Yep.
Because like right now I think we need because Eriksen is leaving, so I think Lo Celso is like a good replacement.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think
okay. Good news for Spurs fans, I guess. For the first time after a long time, they are finally busy in the market.
Yeah.
Wonder if the same support was being rendered to Pochettino, whether he will be in the job.
Yeah.
But that's history. Top Pablo Mari. It looks like tak ada Mari or tak jadi Mari. It's not coming over. So a couple of tales has been spun about Pablo Mari.
Alright, we have another breaking news.
Wow.
Eriksen has left.
Eriksen has completed his move to
4.5.
I think that is probably now the worst kept secret.
Go on, Eriksen, win some trophies.
Hey, Eric, I told you right. Theme of this show is not to actually diss Spurs fans. They are sensitive bunch of people.
Spurs who?
If I speak, I'll be in big trouble. Okay, let's move on. With Arsenal talk, looks like I don't know whether the move is ready now dead in the water, but it seems like we have pulled an Arsenal a bottle job again right at the medical table. This time we took it a step forward. We brought him into the medical center only for him to return disappointed that nothing materialized out of it. I'll say my part. I spoke to a couple of Arsenal fans yesterday. I'm not really jumping at the idea. I think losing Pablo Mari will not make me lose any sleep because I don't rate him, man. I really don't.
I don't know who he is.
I watched a couple of his stuff. I'm really ultimately concerned by his lack of pace. We had that before with Per Mertesacker. He took 3 years to make a full turn. so yes, reading of the game is good, but man, the dynamics of gameplay in Premier League has changed thoroughly. Like look at
pace is important.
Yeah, look at Spurs, man. Look at Alderweireld. Don't you think that he has lost a yard of pace and that is now ultimately doing his good? Like he is actually proving to be the Achilles heel right now, the lack of pace. Like I think Alderweireld was one of the fastest defender playing at the centre back because he started as a right back. And even Vertonghen playing as a left back, moving into centre back, they always had that pace about him. Even with Chelsea, he always had like Rudiger is pacey, man. You know, you can always catch up on the counter and stuff. For us, I don't think Pablo Mari would do the job. I'm really keen with that Matt Vienko guy. from Shakhtar Donetsk. I watched him a couple of times Champions League against City. He's a utility man. He can slot in comfortably both end of the pitch in terms of fullback position. Also, I don't know, you probably didn't live through that era. I did. Oleg Luzhny, Ukrainian legend and Arsenal utility player. So I think someone needs to continue his legacy for Arsenal. Ukrainian guy, Oleg Luzhny. Yeah, I just feel that there is a bit more competitive edge about Matt Vienko. But I like the Pablo Mari height though. He's a physical specimen. I think he's standing at 1.93 cm. That's huge. That's almost Van Dijk-like. And I think we need that right now. But it's just probably on the ground. You know, it's quite concerning. Again, it is what it is. We have lost him, apparently. I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean, based on the reports I've read.
Do you think they will revitalize or rekindle the deal?
Okay, the main problem with the deal is that Arsenal want a loan deal, then permanent signing.
Yeah.
But Flamengo wants the opposite. They want a permanent
deal,
to permanently sell them, sell Mari off to Arsenal if it's a January transfer. So that's where the problem comes in. I mean, there was a video surfacing online. Mari was asked, "Welcome to Arsenal. Are you excited?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm excited." And I was like, "Oh." I mean, I don't know who he is. I mean, apparently Arteta's worked with him at
he did
City
for a while.
Yes, so I
that
was like,
short,
okay.
short stint.
I mean, Arteta has to know something about him to be like, okay, I think this guy can fit the job.
But you know what? Like the irky part about this whole transfer, right? Don't know whether you guys would agree, Arsenal fans especially. It feels like we are trying to again pull up some stunt. Like we were linked with top-notch defenders. No, I'm not talking about Jerome Boateng. You know, Upamecano. And then they will also talk about Sheffield United defenders and also Nathan Ake.
Yes.
You know, so we will link with a couple of I think
John Stones,
John Stones, Umtiti, Koulibaly, and then only for us to make a complete turn across the equator to Brazil. David to the equator, and we got Pablo Mari. I thought that was a bit cheeky from Arsenal. You know, I'm not despising Pablo Mari because of his tag. I think that would be utterly stupid for me to do so, because we have seen gems that has been unraveled for a fee that is so measly.
Yes.
But then again, I just felt that, man, are you really that afraid to spend though? Like we talk about, like you say, Koulibaly. You talk about, is it really that hard to get him out? He's not doing that great in Napoli. I know it's hard to get him out with that jackass of a president in Napoli. That is you dealing with a mafia. But then again, if you throw in that money in front of them, and look, people always talk about, January is not a good time for transfer window.
We signed Aubameyang in the January.
Yeah, we did. Aubameyang. I remember even my Jose Antonio Reyes came in January. Even Andre Arshavin, and then Van Dijk came in. January transfer. Even Emerick Laporte came in January. So all this talk surrounding the transfer window, saying that this is really a slow-paced movement. No, it's a seller's market. This is a market whereby the seller holds the final bid, because people are really rushing around the market. So it depends on the seller. The seller can jack up the price. The price will usually rise up by at least 25 to 30%. But you have to pay the price because you are in need. You are desperate for it. You cannot be choosers, right? So
losers can't choose.
Yeah, we can't. We are also beggars, in the market. It seems like we are always scurrying around for the good deal. It seems like we are always shopping in Sheng Shiong. Dude, come on, go to Marks and Spencer's. Go and maybe Jason Grocery.
Splash the cash.
Or at least upgrade a bit. Cold storage. You are always Arsenal, always doing your marketing in Sheng Shiong. I know sometimes they come up with $1 deal after midnight.
Damn it.
I think we are doing.
That's why.
I think they're doing value shop.
Plastic, instant. But at least microwavable. Does the job.
Value shop, right? Value shop.
You value shop. Spurs fan. Your guy, one of your own, said you guys have been shopping in value shop. but
Daniel Levy is a value shop.
But in all seriousness, do you think? I'm very sure Arsenal will bring in somebody. I'm very sure of it.
We have ever had windows where we're like, link to this guy, link to that guy, big name signing.
Yeah.
And then the transfer window, no one.
And then we come up with
nobody at all.
Rio Miyaichi. So do you think again? In all honesty, touch your heart. Do you think that Arsenal will finally pull their fingers out of their damn ass and get a signing over the line?
Given Arsenal's track record, we are going to sign another attacker.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Thomas Lemar.
Thomas Lemar.
But then the comments will be raining in. But can Lemar play left back though? Can Lemar play centre back though?
But they're gonna start Saka at left back.
I mean, he's doing fine. He's doing fine. Yeah, judging from the last match.
But Arsenal have a reluctance to sign defenders.
Yeah.
And they always splash their cash on attackers.
Precisely. Remember I made that point? Yeah.
Exactly.
7 million for Pablo Mari. Arsenal will never buy 7 million for an attacker. They will spend 70 million. But when it comes to buying a defender,
7, take it or leave it.
all of a sudden, we become a complete miser. We turn into Arsene Wenger full blown.
Oh no.
Every single time we shop for a defender. It seems like defending is not part of the priority in Arsenal. Like, what's going on?
Actually, Mustafi was a costly one, you know.
And maybe that's why they have learned their lesson.
Yeah. I was knowing the point. Maybe that's why they wanted a loan to buy. Because
that's how we have come to that.
We're so scared. We have Mustafi PTSD. We're so scared of Mustafi.
We are so paranoid.
We have Mustafi. We have David Luiz.
But David Luiz, come on, he came in as a cheap 8 million.
He came in as like a cheap.
That was
Socrates
came in at 20 on plus. Yeah, he's okay. He's okay.
Right. But Mustafi is a clown.
No, wipe off that smile. You see, he's trying to smile at Socrates.
at least
it's okay. As a good striker, he's a good centre back.
What do you mean good striker? Did he just say striker? But anyway, to wrap up Arsenal's mirror transfer activity, or the lack of it rather, I think that we will definitely. I'm not surprised if suddenly they pull out a rabbit off their head for Pablo Mari.
We will sign someone with field medical. Kim Karlstrom.
Oh yeah, bad back. But still scored the penalty though.
Yes,
but then again, before we end this up, I think I want to bring up a good example, a prime example in Liverpool. With the signing of Takumi Minamino.
Oh yeah.
He's such a mouthful. He's like Sally the seashore by the seashore. Takumi Minamino. You see, look at Takumi Minamino's case. Right? he's like a good case study. They knew about his release clause earlier on, and they whip in the cash. They trigger the release clause, and it's open between the player and the club to speak.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
Right. It's not the thing that is really boggling me, like teams like Spurs is doing really fine. I think they are an A+ if I were to rate them for this January.
Yeah, this one
people
is
like us, man, Chelsea, Arsenal. Like, don't you know that 1st of January is when the transfer window will open? It seems like for our boards, or especially Arsenal, I'm speaking for Arsenal heavily, it's always a surprise that the transfer activity or the transfer window opens up in January. It's like always they think, when is it going to open up this year? I don't know. Let's wait.
21st of January.
1st of January. Wow, that's new. Why can't you do your business earlier on and wrap things up before you have competition all around for the similar player? That I really don't understand. They are always doing things at the last minute. But yeah, I think kudos to Liverpool. They add on.
He's cheap,
Yeah, he's cheap, and I think he's
7.25.
Yeah, doesn't matter. But the thing is, they are doing it earlier on, whereby they know for sure the window is always set at the same date, and that's it. They got it done, and I think that's why they are in the position that they are in. I think the transfer activity from Liverpool for the past 2 or 3 seasons has been nothing short of brilliant. They have been magnificent in their recruitment process, and that's why they are where they are, and we are where we are right now. Do I need to say more? No.